All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's start.
Eat. Clear that throat. Get all the cum out of your throat.
Ah, fuck you.
Welcome everyone to the very first all vulgar podcast, work working title related. Trying to find a better name for that. I am Nathan. I am your host, aka the creator of all vulgar, and I am here with. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Do I say my first name or my gamer tag?
Your first name. Your gamer tag sucks.
Ah,
We can talk
whatever.
about it.
Like yours says, any creative freedom.
Okay, 95 numbers in your
My,
gamer tag.
my name is Caleb.
And what's your position in the channel?
My position in the channel is
What would you
um,
consider yourself in all vulgar right now? The only employee, the only other
the
co-founder.
I
That
guess I would say partial social media director.
you may recognize him. He's the other guy who's been helping me. We'll go through Halo. He has been helping me understand the story to build up to Infinite, which we are going to be going through Halo Infinite together at some point once it finally releases in 4 months, 3 months, whenever that is.
Which not spoiler alert because I'm not going to tell you what happens, but I finally beat the campaign.
Yeah, I saw your post, and I was like,
Yep.
like I've been honestly lately I've been kind of bored, so I'm like, damn, and do I want to actually give the campaign a try, then go back? And I'm like, it's more fun with friends, so I
I
figured
was going to say plus if you're not super deep into the lore like I am, you will be very confused.
yeah, this is the guy that, yeah, this is the guy that has the Halo tattoos. So yeah,
I've been a Halo fan since it first came out in 2001.
brag about it. So
Oh, I will.
this is more of a test dummy podcast where we'll be this is our update from the beginning of 2022, what happened, and basically what's going to come forward, and so on and so forth. And we're just going to relay the news and possibly what's been going on recently in our lives and stuff. And I mean, we're not going to tell them everything, but enough to keep the conversation going basically.
Right. Interesting.
So keep it interesting.
Right.
So I mean, the
Well,
biggest.
I guess
No, go
go
ahead.
on.
No, I was just gonna say the biggest news. I was just gonna jump right into it. The biggest news, so far that I mean, you and I have to talk about is the Microsoft purchase. Like the what was it, $6 billion, $60 billion, or some shit.
It was nearly $70 billion for Microsoft to buy Activision Blizzard,
It was total of $68.7 billion.
which I heard comes out to like $70 billion or whatever, like after taxes, I think, is what some people were saying.
Yeah, so
Either way, it's a buttload of money.
that's a shit ton of money. that's a,
Oh, 100%.
that's a lot of money I'll probably never see in my lifetime. That's okay.
Right.
I have accepted it. But Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. So, I mean, that's a pretty big deal considering, Activision owns like Call of Duty, and Blizzard has, Warcraft and Diablo and Overwatch, and so it's kind of a big deal, but I mean, there's also a lot of negative behind that because I mean, realistically, Blizzard hasn't made like a new IP in how long? Overwatch. So when it over
Oh,
2015
well,
2015.
I guess like the last like thing they did in between Overwatch was I can't say DLC for Overwatch, but I was gonna say DLC for like Diablo 3, because that's still kicking because we're still waiting on Diablo 4.
Yeah, I mean they did expansions for WoW, which I played. DLC for Diablo 3. Re-released Diablo 2 or whatever, Resurrection or
Hmm.
Resurrected or something. Then they did. What was another one? I feel like they did something else. But I mean that's a pretty big deal because I mean obviously that I would feel like the biggest title. I mean if we're counting Activision and Blizzard, the biggest title by far is Call of Duty. Call
Hmm.
Call of Duty is like it's a landslide between like WoW and uh COD. So I mean that's pretty huge, but at the same time it's I mean like as soon as this got posted, they already they already made the announcement that the next three CODs are going to still be on PlayStation, I guess. So they still have like 3 more years to figure it out.
Right. And, you know, the good thing is, you know, I think from a money standpoint, you know, Xbox isn't just gonna let um, you know, Call of Duty be Xbox exclusive because that's not, you know, it's always been on other consoles and stuff, and they will make more money if they sell like, you know, not the rights, but like the titles to Sony because, you know, they'll make more money off
Right.
of that than anything like, hey, you want this game on your console? Well, pay me and you can have it.
Right. And it'd be cool to see. Honestly, like I was talking to a friend of mine, I would love for next gen consoles, so like the Series X and the Series S, or maybe like an updated Series S, where they put World of Warcraft on the Game Pass. Like that'd be because so, again, I've never tried it. You know, I've seen videos and people modding their key bindings to controllers and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never seen a full controller support for World of Warcraft. And I could be wrong about that, but I think it'd be cool. Like
I've always,
I feel like
I've, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say that console like MMO market is really dry right now. Like it's
Yeah,
not even like a it's not even like that's a fact.
yeah, and it definitely could, you know, bring up a lot of the stuff that Xbox is missing, which is great. And you know, maybe that is the ultimate goal is to bring World of Warcraft to Xbox. However, probably not because World of Warcraft has always been uh, a PC game and stuff like that. Not to mention that it lives solely on, you know, subscriber base, which is a part of the reason between me not having a proper computer to play it and it being subscriber based is the reason that it's turned me away from wanting to play it and stuff is games that where you have to pay money to participate in it basically.
Yeah, but Xbox already has something like that, and that's the Game Pass. So what if they added their subscription time into the Game Pass market? So like let's say the game time with the Game Pass is like an extra $5. So like what's Ultimate 15? So you pay $20 for Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass Gold, and WoW time, for example.
I mean,
I think that'd be cool.
honestly, they might do that. I mean, if you think about it, I mean that's what Nintendo did when they brought on the Nintendo 64 and the Sega Genesis games to their Nintendo Switch Online. I mean, it became like a whole separate like subscription based thing, and it was like, hey, instead of $35 a year, it's going to be 80, and you get to play all these classic games and stuff. It's definitely kind of a different approach, but hopefully, if Xbox learns anything from that, that they decide not to do something so drastic as, you know, a nearly $50 price hike.
Right. And the same thing goes for like other Blizzard's games or Activision, where like I would love to see me I don't want to pay for like let's say older COD games, for example, when it would just wind up on Game Pass. Like I would love to go. I mean, obviously it's full of hacker mod, lobbies and stuff, but it'd be cool to like replay the campaign for like Black Ops 2 or Ghost.
Exactly.
Like and not paying $30 because they never lowered the damn price on the on the in like on the stores, whether if it's online or in person. Like it's still
Right.
30 damn dollars at GameStop and Xbox store. It's bullshit.
Which truly, if you really wanted to, if you're lucky enough, you could go to like your local Walmart or uh to to get it and if you find it in like the clearance aisle of like old games, you could get it for $20 or you can go to Mega Replay and probably find I last time I was there, I mean there was just tons of used Call of Duty copies.
Right, but I'm one of the guys who bought the Series S.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I
Digital is the
yeah,
way to go.
yeah. So I'm just saying like there's a lot of different possibilities when it comes to this Blizzard deal. I think they have to act on it fast. Um to keep up the hype around this purchase, but like I mean, realistically, like with Bethesda, they just added all the Fallout's and I believe all the Oblivion games on Game Pass, and
Right, and
no,
Doom.
yeah, and Doom, and but no new IPs, like no new IPs,
Well,
nothing
I
crazy.
think well there is a new IP that's coming exclusively to
Yeah,
Xbox.
yeah, the Starfield, right?
Yep, Starfield.
Which is, from what I understand, it's again. I'm just reading what I need to stop going on Reddit, but it's basically, from someone said, it's going to try to be like Skyrim in space, basically.
Which I mean, I wouldn't mind an in-depth like
And if it's
space RPG.
right, and if it's on Game Pass, fuck it, right?
Destiny.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Sorry. I've
Rest in
actually been
peace.
wanting to get back into Destiny, I'm not gonna lie. I've just
I
been into
couldn't
that
do it.
like online shooter like
Right.
RPG-ish element.
Well, you basically, I mean, it's a little too late now. They took all the expansions off. You'd have
Yeah, which kind of upset me because like that's actually when I wanted to get back into it was when they had all those expansions, and then like it was like a month later they were just like nope, and it's like oh now I gotta shell out money, which I don't know. I don't really have any friends that play it, um, so I'll probably
I
just
know a
wait
lot of
for
people. I know a lot of people who
Destiny.
played it, played
Right,
it as past tense, but the now aspect not so much. Even with the Witch Queen that came out or something, or is coming out.
right.
Yeah, it's not really my
Um, which
forte.
before which before we teeter away from the Microsoft and uh, Blizzard Activision, uh, um, Xbox did say that they were going to make sure that when this deal fully takes place, which I think they said would be in summer of 2023, that they were going to make sure that they were, uh, lack of a better term, uh, not dicks.
Not dicks.
Yeah,
Just right to the punch. Not dicks.
basically not being sexist and all the other claims that have been coming out as of recently in the past few
The
months.
big fat lawsuit from California straight to Blizzard's asshole, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, so I never, that was kind of, oh, I wouldn't say that's really a reason, but that was kind of like a slap in the face of when I first heard about that. I was kind of playing Shadowlands still and World of Warcraft, and I thought about playing Overwatch, and that shit happened. I'm just like, okay, so they can't make good games. How can they handle, these sexual assault allegations? Like, they can't even handle their personal lives. What makes them think they can make a good game? So like this buyout, it's like again, I'm skeptic, but here's to the future, I guess.
Right.
So I'm not
Which,
trying to.
I mean, not to mention, I know this is kind of old news, but they even changed uh, one of the characters, which I didn't even know honestly until this news came out. But Jesse McCree was named after like one of the developers, which is he ended up being like the head of the sexual allegations or
Right,
whatever.
right. Yeah, I actually didn't know that either. Huh? Oh, right. Yeah,
Yep.
they changed the name for McCree. Rest in
Yep.
peace, McCree.
And I think it went from McCree to Cassidy
Yeah,
Cole or something like
yeah,
that.
Cassidy.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. Holy shit. Yeah, and I mean, I try to keep up with Blizzard stuff. I don't really play any of their games right now.
Hmm.
Shadowlands came out. I loved it for 2 days. Then I realized the bullshit real quick, so I just stepped away. But I mean, it's again, I got hope. Microsoft, isn't getting slapped with a state lawsuit from California. Microsoft is able to put out games like Halo and stuff like that. So hopefully they have the right direction. Speaking of buyouts, we're gonna segue out of that. Uh, the Bungie deal with Sony happened basically 2 days after, or no,
Yep.
it was like not even. Was it 2 days or was it like a week?
It was about 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah. So Sony bought out Bungie for $3.6 billion. God, these bees
Which
are
is a
coming around. Give me a B, please.
which is a lot less money than Activision Blizzard. Uh,
What other game does I mean, obviously besides Halos, like what other games has Bungie worked on? Like
I believe
in
there was a
Destiny.
little computer game called Marathon. Which, fun fact, if you ever played, which you have played Halo 3, the armor called Security is based off the Marathon helmet from that game. And then I think another game called Skullgirls, but I could be wrong about that if you wanted to look that up real quick.
I absolutely can. Actually, let's find out. Did Bungie make Skull? I can't spell Skull. There we go. Girls games. Uh, no.
No?
Oh wait,
I
wait,
thought they
wait.
made a I thought they made a fighting game. I could have sworn.
Let's look. Let's look that up. What games did Bungie make?
Oh, here we go. I got you. So there's a little samurai game, or it looks samurai. I'm not sure what it is. It's called Oni. It was released in 2001.
Uh,
It was
Background
also
and
by Take-Two
founding.
Interactive.
Yeah. Marathon Myth and Oni from '94 to 2001,
Hmm.
and from 2001 to 2007 was Halo in the buyout, basically bought up by Microsoft. And it was an independent company
Crimson, that's what it's called. Crimson Steam.
from 2007 to 2022. Yeah. Then acquisition by Sony Interaction Entertainment. Yeah, it was actually yesterday. Yesterday is when Sony bought them out. God, we are moving too fast. Um, the positive, well, I wouldn't say it depends on the perspective, I guess. So I copied a quote here from the president and CEO of Sony Entertainment, just stating that Bungie will remain a independent and multi-platform studio and publisher. Basically, they're not going to be mandated to keep it on Sony, keep it on like PlayStation. But this will also be kind of like a positive because they'll be like because they're working on. I guess Sony is working on like their own Game Pass, so to speak.
Hmm.
So maybe they'll do the same like Bungie did for Destiny on Xbox, where they dropped all the
Yeah.
expansions and the base game and stuff like that. So
Ooh.
I mean that's cool.
um, which again, this also might come into effect where I don't know if you did you ever play Destiny 1?
I was actually one of the few alpha players back in the day. Then I played a little bit in the beginning. Then they did a hard reset like the first month or two, and I stopped playing.
Hmm. Yeah, so Destiny 1, when it first came out, first of all, they were with Destiny, or Bungie was partnered with Activision at the time. I don't know if you
Hmm.
remember
Yeah, I
that.
remember that.
And which Activision was kind of like more towards like Sony at the time as well. So all the commercials and everything was advertised for fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, I know.
And it took one of my friends to tell me like, hey, this is actually like on Xbox and PC and all this other stuff. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So, um, so because it was advertised for PlayStation and stuff primarily, um, any of the DLC that came out like came out a month before it came to Xbox. And
Right.
I'm assuming that's probably what's going to happen. Not that I don't know how long Destiny 2 has on its life cycle, but because they're about to come out with a new DLC.
Yeah, it's the Witch Queen or whatever. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, again, they did that, back in the day. The same thing with like Call of Duty. Like, I think it was like, God, even I think all the way back to
as
like,
Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 it was well, I take that back. Black Ops 1, it was like Xbox, it came out for Xbox like a month. The DLC came out a month early for Xbox players, and then a month later it was PlayStation.
right.
And
Then
then
at
for
some
Black
point, I
Ops
think it
2,
was like, I
it was
think,
PlayStation and then Xbox players.
God, what was it? Did it start with
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 or PlayStation
Mm,
2? Fucking Black Ops 2.
yep.
God, man, that's a long time ago. We're old, man. We're old.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're. I'm about to be 30 this year. It's weird. Never expected to live this long. Just kidding. I'm not that dark. Yeah, man.
You're old.
I,
Points and laugh.
yeah. I'd be the perfect like. My hair is even looks like that kid's hair from The Simpsons. I can even do his laugh too. It's great. 10 out of 10. Anyway, Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, it's another thing where they make moves, big moves like that. I'm guessing they're doing it for the long run. Nothing up front right now. So, hopefully
Um,
they do something with it.
right. I kind of feel like Sony just kind of wanted to stay relevant or whatever, just to kind of make a move or like a pass, like, Xbox did this big thing, so we're just gonna buy a developer because we can. And, to kind of like, oh, you want competition? Well, we can do that too. But it seems like Xbox and PlayStation are wanting to be a little more like Xbox and PlayStation are more
It's
friendly with it now. They're not like
remember
being aggressive with it.
remember when the fucking Xbox One was first announced, how you couldn't like share games or anything? Remember
Hmm.
that? Then fucking
Yeah,
Sony made that fucking video. It's like, here's how you share a game with your friends, and passes them the hard copy.
yeah. To think 10 years ago, console
Jesus
wars were
Christ.
still a thing.
Jesus Christ. That was, till this day, that's one of the better, like, fuck you, like, I've ever seen in my life. I've never, oh my god. That's one of the, oh my god, I still think about that sometimes. I'm like, damn. Like, stuff when I also think, like, with Microsoft and Sony, it kind of feels like they want to stay, like, news relevant, almost.
Hmm.
Like, they bought Bethesda, that was huge. They got all those games, that was huge. It's all exclusive day one on Game Pass, that's huge. Then it dies out. They decide to, you know, make a huge move with Blizzard slash Activision, and basically bring Activision back. Now it's like, oh, what's Sony gonna do next? Basically, everyone like turns their head. Like, they're looking at Microsoft, they turn their head. It's like, okay, what's Sony gonna do? They get Bungie. And the other thing they do, ironically, the same day, they launched the Discord connection for PlayStation.
Which I haven't read up on that, but oh my God, dude, is that what I think it is? We're like,
I'm hoping.
you
So
can.
I connected my PlayStation account to my Discord. And from what I've read and seen, all it does right now is just notify
Mhm.
people in your Discord to like show a status on what you're playing.
Mhm.
Which my guess is it would slowly roll out to like being able to connect to servers, like a party chat.
Mhm.
If that's the case, that's huge. I think that's more huge than Bungie, but that's just me. I don't know.
Which I've been waiting for. Not that I don't like Xbox parties because they've definitely gotten a lot better over the years,
Fuck yeah, they do.
but um, I have been waiting for like a Discord like collab or whatever, and I really hope that it's not just PlayStation exclusive and that eventually Xbox follows suit.
Right.
Um, because I can't tell you how many times like I've wanted to play online with like some of like my Switch friends like
Like,
that are
even me,
playing on
I'm
PC
mainly
or
on my
whatever.
computer, and I see you playing Infinite. I'm like, well, I don't want to like either log into the Xbox app on my computer, or I don't want to turn my Xbox on. It's
Right.
right. So it's kind of like the. I hope again. It literally rolled out yesterday, so who knows?
Hmm.
Who knows where it goes? But um, we can get off topic of uh games now. We could talk about what's the future of the channel, man. What are we doing?
So we right before Christmas break and the holidays got super super busy. We were in the middle of playing Halo 3, which we still have to finish. Um, and then immediately right after the holidays, um, you and your wife got sick with COVID, and then I got sick, but I didn't officially get tested, so I have no idea if I tested positive, but I know my fiance, she tested positive for COVID and stuff, and so we've just had a lot of setbacks and stuff that has prevented us from doing recording. And then after she got sick, you were still waiting on computer parts and stuff because you told me something went kablooey.
So, uh, so what happened was, um, so right before Christmas, it was literally like December 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing, I think it was late at night too. I was editing a video. I was getting ready to go to bed. I decided to shut down the computer. Cool. But my dumbass, I fat fingered and it clicked restart instead. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. So I forced shut down my computer by holding down the power button. I'm like, oh,
Mm.
that's not right. So I went to turn the computer back on and it didn't work. So then basically what happened after that, I made the call on giving us that winter break because number one, it was needed. Like you're busy, I was busy. We wouldn't have time anyway. So um, that was basically the reason why. But
Mm-hmm.
then the tech issue was a big one. And just want to put this on record too. Finding computer, like I don't have the time to put it on an operating system anymore. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
so finding someone who would do it at a cheap price is hard. It's a pain in the ass. Anyway, so I got the computer fixed. January 17th. Yeah. No, it was that Tuesday, so the 18th. And I've been just slowly getting everything back together, putting everything, getting everything ready, and basically we'll be able to put out more videos like how we used to, and then some because I have stuff in mind. But right now, what needs to happen is get the Halo videos back on track. So like I have everything set
Right.
up. I have everything. I've actually done videos on my own channels. I've done all that shit too. So just to practice, it was nothing like practical or serious, but at the same time, I needed to see like was there any skipping, was there any delays, where was there stuff like that. So who would have thought I would just say fuck him, but put it on my channel and just say fuck it, basically. So
Which just to remind you that as of right now, the co-op for Halo Infinite is scheduled for May,
is
the
there a
first
day?
week of May.
Oh,
I think like May 2nd or I think May 2nd or something, because that's when the season battle pass ends, which will be
right.
season 2, which we have no news about as of yet. The only thing I do know that they are doing, since we're on the topic of Halo, is the season 2 battle pass is going to allow you to earn credits so that you can buy
But
stuff in the shop.
thank God. I mean, if we're talking about Halo, like the Infinite itself, I mean, this is now we're talking following the timeline here of all our playthroughs and stuff. Uh, like Infinite's fun. The gameplay is solid. The gameplay is great.
Hmm.
I have a lot of problems with basically everything else. But again, I'm not a huge Halo guy. I love the PvP aspect, like the multiplayer aspect. It's great. There's a lot of things they need to fix. There's a lot of things they need to work on. But again, that's just a perspective. I'm a Call of Duty guy. I grew up on Call of Duty. I moved to Halo. Basically, five wasn't. I mean, I enjoyed five, but not that much. Then that died out. Then I hopped on Infinite. Then I've been doing the videos. I'm like, damn, Halo's pretty fucking good. Like, so
So, uh, essentially, what it is like they took basically like Halo 3's like game, like uh, gameplay style mixed with like Halo 4's and
yeah,
Halo 5's, because you have.
you can tell there's a lot of mix. Like, the gunplay feels like five, the movement feels like three, the sliding mechanic feels like four or five. Even some of the maps kind of look like a Halo 3-ish style. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's it. That's my so I'm not gonna rip on Infinite, but the biggest thing I am gonna they need more maps, bro. Like they have like four maps.
They definitely do need more maps.
And they took out is it Behemoth, the desert map, out of
They took
competitive.
out Behemoth. Yeah, I did hear about that. Which between because when ranked, there was no vehicles, and
Right.
then with ranked, like if for example, like if you play CTF, on ranked versus social, you have to capture it 5 times instead of 3, which
Right.
just puts a whole much more pressure on you and your team.
Right.
Because
Gotcha.
one, if they're like 4 points and you have one, you have a whole lot more to catch up on, and it's just more stressful. And that map is just it's
I enjoy
it's
that
so
map. See,
open, even though
I
there's like
enjoy that
rocks and
map.
stuff behind hide to hide behind. It's so much more open,
Right. I
and
mean,
it leaves no
I
cover and
enjoy
stuff.
Behemoth. I think that's one of the better maps, but that's just me.
hmm
But I mean, there's only fucking four of them, four or five.
I personally,
So
I'm personally like I'm okay with live fire, but
live
I
fire is
really
good.
like streets.
Yeah, street that's like a Modern Warfare 2 vibe.
hmm
I like that. And the other one, the dome, the the circle in the middle of the map. I can't remember what that one is.
Uh, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Yeah,
The only thing that comes,
the one
I
that
just know it
always
has a
has the
Hydra
hammer.
Dam.
Yeah, the one that has like
Yeah.
the sword and the hammer and stuff. Yeah.
hmm
So since we're on the topic of Halo, let's talk about that live action trailer.
Oof, I am so
I,
excited for that as a Halo fan. You have no idea.
so I got Paramount Plus now, and I told my wife, I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna keep on Paramount Plus and we'll just get rid of Netflix. How do you feel about that? She goes, I'm cool with that. Because there's all these new seasons and all these new shows that we like to watch, and I was like,
hmm
okay, well, I mean, I originally got Paramount Plus because I wanted to watch football. Football was,
Yeah.
you know, I something to watch while I work or something else to do, whatever. And then I watched the Halo trailer. I'm like, okay, I'm keeping this until at least the end of the first season of Halo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's a must. And we're gonna be covering that when that show comes out too. I'm really excited about that because I kind of want to. I would really like to talk about that show. I mean, one of the biggest, I would say, uh, conflicting topics regarding that live action trailer was the introduction of Cortana.
Yeah, so let me explain the Cortana thing real quick. So from the trailer, like she still look to me, she still looks blue and stuff like that. A lot of people were complaining about like her hair not being blue enough, I guess, and stuff like that, which I don't know why they're bitching about her being blue because in the first game she was fucking purple.
Right.
Whatever.
Feel free to watch
So,
our playthroughs. Just show also, you can't see. I mean, I sent you the picture, but uh, the background of the podcast right now is it's blue and white, just like Cortana and Halo One. So that was funny.
so, um, but to add, um, if people are complaining about her looks, if they don't know that, that is actually Jen Taylor, which is the voice of Cortana and Dr. Halsey in the games.
And all of them, or is that just like one through
All of
three?
them.
Oh
All
shit!
of them. Yep. It's
Nice,
current. Yep, from 1 till now.
nice. I mean, speaking of voice acting, how do you feel about how Choof sounds?
I'm not gonna lie, I only watched the trailer once, and I did not hear. I heard somebody else
He
talk, and I didn't know that that was Chief talking.
oh
So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. However, to me personally, um, I can understand if they had to go a different direction or whatever for that. Um, between honestly, for me, waiting this long for a movie or a TV series,
worth the wait.
Halo and Sonic is my favorite video game series of all time. So with Sonic getting its own live action movies and Halo getting its own official TV series, I'm a happy fucking person. Little things that are happening that I can't control or whatever, I'm not gonna bitch about because to me, like everything else, mwah, chef's kiss, top tier, looks fucking amazing. Um,
I mean, if I mean, we can't really compare the two because different producers and designers, whatever. But like,
mhm.
I mean, Master Chief, you do hear him, and he almost sounds like the original guy. almost. He sounds a little younger. Let me rephrase that. But it's close. It's really close. But I mean, it definitely has. It almost feels like it feels like a futuristic Die Hard. Like they added perspectives of like, okay, this is just a guy doing his job, and all of a sudden more stuff gets piled on for him to basically save the world. Or well, in Die Hard, he's saving the city basically. Then like, speaking of our time versus Halo time, they someone posted a picture of Master Chief walking by. They did like a pan view, and you just see like
Hmm.
an old style, like a Chevy Trailblazer in the background, like old, like early 2000s old. I was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I was like, damn, that fucker lived that long, that still survived that long.
I seen a meme earlier that said something like 2000 Chevy Silverado, and I didn't understand it. Is it in the
Yeah,
trailer?
it's in the trailer. It's literally when he's walking left to right. It's literally in the back. It's like a tan Chevy. It's either a
Hmm.
Blazer or a Tahoe, whatever one of the things are. But I think one of the things, number one, I like, it's clear that they make him stick out. Like I think that was one of the better choices they made.
Hmm.
Like he's not like a regular sized dude. He's not a regular sized like person. He's literally like, if you see him around like 10 different people, you're going to realize, oh shit, this is Master Chief. Like
Uh,
you're going to be feared. like like that type of thing. The other thing, I really hope if they do another trailer, they do like a small cameo bit. They add Caboose or or Sarge. Sarge would be cool
so
too.
not to disappoint you, but actually the voice of Caboose was let go a long time ago from Rooster Teeth. And then I think Bernie Burns, the voice of Sarge, or whoever the voice of Sarge, has actually like
That's
left the show and hasn't been with it for some time now.
I know, but it
Also,
doesn't mean they're not going to make a cameo.
well, I
That's
mean, they
different.
could, and they, with the voice and stuff.
That's uh I know who they are. I know who Bernie Burns is. I think it's Joel. Uh,
Joel's, I think it starts with a C.
it is uh Joel Heyman. That's who it is.
Oh, I was off.
Yeah, Joel Heyman was Caboose. I'm just saying, like, it'd be cool, and I would love for Infinite to take advantage of adding them into uh like AI. That'd be such a huge, like, thank you for making Halo community better, basically.
Right. That would be cool to see. Um, so I guess I heard that like the TV show runs on a different timeline, essentially. So how we know Master Chief and Cortana could be a lot different than how we see it portrayed in the game. Um, Same with Arbiter, which I mean that is the Arbiter, but that's also what some people don't know is that that's just the title. So that could not be our Arbiter. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's I'm gonna be honest, I mean, I just want them to include, like, Halo exploded back in the day, where communities like Rooster Teeth was formed, where they created their Red versus Blue series. I would like to see them like not be thankful, but like give a homage of some kind in a live action show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you showed me in, what was it, Halo 3, where it's Jeff Ramsey and I think it's Gus Sorolla.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. They
It,
made cameos
yeah,
or
they
voice
made it.
cameos.
Yeah, they made a voice cameo on the original Halo 3. I think that's badass. I didn't know about it, and I love. and I respect Rooster Teeth, but I didn't know that. Like stuff like that, like that was a cute, like short. Some it doesn't have to be huge. They don't have to play a huge part in the story. It would just be a great like homage to like, oh, do you remember this in Halo 3? You know, stuff like that.
For sure. Um, Another thing that people were pointing out in the trailer was the humans using AKs,
Yeah,
AK-47s or whatever, and they were just
yeah,
kind of like, I can't believe they survived like that long or whatever.
yeah.
And again, like this game is supposed to take place in like a different timeline. It's not even canon to the game's main
Right,
storyline. So, um, and where they're at, I mean, this could be a planet where, that's all the technology they have, and
right,
they can't they can't afford to advance they might be like too poor or whatever. Like, all they have is, an old 2000 Chevy that runs on old fossil fuels and AKs for weapons to defend themselves. So,
or they reference like this is like planet Earth, like in our time, like I wouldn't say like our time, like in the distant future type shit, like something that will like it'd be relatable but not realistic, basically.
right. And again, it's Halo. I mean, you have
Right. Got aliens who
genetically cybernetic, or not cybernetic, you know, engineered super soldiers
right,
and fucking aliens. So,
right. I mean, I would. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, just showing that not respect because they don't really have they don't need to prove anything. They don't need to have that in there. I'm just saying it would be a huge like positive outlook showing like it's showing like the community that started with Revers that like with Red vs. Blue starting that created how I wouldn't say it fully created but it helped build up the Halo like now lore but the community and aesthetic of Halo. So like they pay the
right.
homage in 3. I they could have done one in 4 and 5 or in ODST or Reach whatever. But I'm just saying like that would be cool. Like just having like Joel Heyman as like a background soldier or him conversating with Chief with a stupid comment like that, you know, or Griff like that'd be cool too. Or Tex or it's another Reverse Blue character. Sarge.
Sarge,
What's Gus?
Lopez.
What's Gus?
Gus plays
What's his character's name? I always forget.
fuck, Simmons.
Simmons. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, while we're talking about news and stuff, Sports Center, and this is literally as we're talking right now. Well, this actually happened
Hmm.
9 hours ago. So I'm not sure if you're familiar. You know who Tim the Tatman is, right?
I know he's a streamer. That's about it.
Okay. So he has a very big history of cursing games, like football games or basketball games.
Hmm.
And he straight up said, so every prediction he's made in the playoffs is wrong. And so he's predicting that the Rams are going to be winning the Super Bowl. I'm like, woof.
um, I, I personally, my team didn't make it, so I really don't care. But
Same.
uh, I want the Bengals to win just because the Bengals have actually never made it to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
whereas the Rams have. Even though the Rams only have one Super Bowl win, um, which I seen there was a it's not a meme, but it was a picture of like all of the Super Bowls from like beginning to end. And I guess the Rams went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a fucking row and
Jesus.
lost 4 years in a fucking row. And three of them were to the Cowboys. So
Damn.
I was like, which, you know, again, that means the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. Uh, I think they were there in 92 and 93, and then they were there in 95.
Yeah.
Um,
Or, we're I'm excited. That'd be a cool start. I was trailing off with Halo, so I was trying to figure out. So I opened up Twitter, and the Sports Center is literally tweeting out about a streamer. That's so I'm like, what the fuck? So
Let's see if your trending is different than mine.
that's a good question. What?
And it is, because I'm not seeing Sports Center. I see
No, no, no. So,
uh,
uh,
former Miami Dolphins coach Brian Flores sues the NFL, alleges racism in hiring practices.
nice.
It's a little deep.
What's the next one?
Mina the Howler, the developer behind Shovel Knight, has announced a brand new game.
That's further down. Well,
A
what's your
game
next
called
one?
Mina the Howler, a top-down action adventure in the style of a Game Boy Color game. Hmm.
Nice.
Oh, I see it. Hmm. That
Huh.
looks cool. Um,
I
Jennifer
think.
Lopez and Ben Affleck. Blah.
Well, what's. I mean, what? So, I mean, we're getting on topic of new games, and what games have you recently been playing? You mentioned you beat Halo
Uh,
Infinite.
I kind of had a reflection on my achievement gamer score. Ever since I surpassed like 70,000 gamer score, I kind of been like drifting off on getting achievements. Like I didn't really care what I would get or whatever. Like I wasn't playing games for achievements. I was just playing them.
Right.
Uh, and a lot of the time, like I started to stray away from like story games unless it was Halo. Um, not not because I didn't want to play the story games or whatever. It's just I was having more fun like just it's
Just playing the
easier
game,
when
not
you get
trying to
off a
get.
day after a day of work
What the fuck?
to play a multiplayer game than it is to take the time to invest in a story. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Instead of trying to figure out like where's each and every crevice of something to get an achievement. Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I decided to go back and uh, beat some games that
What
story
the
games
hell? No,
that I
sorry.
have never
Continue.
finished.
Right.
And so uh, I got off topic or I got off track a little bit. I stopped playing Halo Infinite to play Kingdom Hearts, courtesy of you, by the
You're
way.
welcome. Shout out.
So I played I I played the first Kingdom Hearts for the first time ever because I did have a PS2 back in the day, and I loved it. Short answer. And then so I decided to go back and beat Halo Infinite finally. Because normally it takes me like not even a day to complete the story. However, it took me 15 hours to beat the Halo Infinite campaign. And that was with exploring and doing everything that I possibly could, except towards the end I kind of got not necessarily bored, but just was like, okay, like I want to pick up the pace here, like, I'm tired of taking down bases and stuff. I was also playing on heroic, so it was a little bit more challenging. But I recently went back and started off or beat the first Doom, Doom 2016. Picked up where I had left off, which I guess I found out I was like literally one mission away from beating the game
Right.
and ended up doing that. So I beat the first Doom and I started Doom Eternal.
Yes, I think I saw you play that, and I mean, that's a game where I'm not really eh. That's just not for me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not. I mean, there's a story, but it's not really like. I mean, you're a silent protagonist that just, you find out you're somehow made or born to be a fucking Doomslayer, and so your only objective in life is to literally just kill hellspawns. So, I mean, there's a story there, but it's basically more laid back and just trying to have a little fun killing some demons here and there, which considering, because I actually do really like Doom as a game, I thought about getting like a little Demon Slayer tattoo somewhere. Like the insignia or the logo for Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm besides I mean, for some of you guys don't know, we never recorded it, but uh, me, him, and our respective spouses, we all played through Minecraft Dungeons together, and we thought it'd be kind of funny to get that tattooed, like the key, if you guys know what we're talking about, the key of the where you unlock doors and stuff as tattoos. I think it'd just be kind of funny to have like a small little thing.
Key
But
golems.
oh, key golem! I actually didn't know they had a name.
Key golem.
I'm at the point, so I mean, obviously, I mean the people don't know, but you know, my wife loves Fortnite. I'm waiting for her to say, "Hey, I think it's Klombo tattoo. You know, the dinosaur thing."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh, I know that's coming. I know for a fact it's coming at some point. She's just gonna be like, "Yeah, I want this as a tattoo." Uh, I guess. I think that'd be kind of fucking crazy just to have that kind of tattoo on your leg. Just realizing that, like, oh, this is because we're gonna get the key golem. Then she wants the. I got a feeling she wants the Klombo as a tattoo. If you guys don't know, it's the big giant lizard they introduced into Fortnite, like middle of. Well, now I wouldn't say middle, like the first month of season 1 of chapter 3. So the one game I've been wanting to play though, man, and I've been itching to not pull the trigger, is Legends of Arceus. Is it just Legend
Yes.
Arceus or is it Legend of Arceus? I gotta look that up actually, because I feel like I'm saying it wrong every time. Legends of
Well, for the longest time I thought it was Arceus, but I guess it's Arceus.
Arceus. Oh, it's Pokemon.
The commercials say Arceus. It's Pokemon Legends, and then
Arceus. It's not Legends of Arceus. It's just Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
I've been really itching to play that. Really itching. Like.
So.
It looks so damn
this,
good.
This is going to be an interesting standpoint because you really want to play it, whereas I don't. And the reason I specifically don't is just I'm starting to get drained on gaming companies not putting in their full effort into their game and then just shelling it out because they know it's going to sell.
Right.
Looking at you, Call of Duty, because off topic from Pokemon real quick, I regret buying Cold War, and I will not buy Vanguard. I refuse.
Same.
I mean, I know it's the stigma of red dot sites in World War II, but I mean, what the fuck is that shit? That just looks like they were just like, you know what, fuck it. They're not gonna care. They're still gonna buy it. Do it. And by the way, Spider-Man Miles Morales outsold Call of Duty Vanguard over the holiday break.
That's
in the PlayStation Store. Just so you know.
That's kind of wild, actually.
And Miles Morales has been out for some time. So
a year? No, it came out in 2020. It was a first day title for the PS5.
That's what I'm saying. So. It's been out for some time. Versus Vanguard, which came out I say this year. 2022 still hasn't processed for me.
Same.
In November or October, whenever the fuck Vanguard came out. And so, you know, I look at the trailers and I look at gameplay and little snippets here and there of people's different opinions and stuff like that. And it looks, the environment and everything just looks empty, unfinished. Truthfully, it looks like a fan-made Pokemon game. And that's from their developer.
Right. But in my perspective, and the games that I have played over the years, the fan-made games like the mods in Minecraft, PokeMMO, I used to play a thing called Bion, which was just modded 8-bit games of like full anime or cartoon games of like Bleach and Naruto and Pokemon and stuff. Like those are like the best games, honestly. Like that, but that's just me. So you know, but I've been hearing a lot. You're not the only one who shares that opinion, though. Quite honestly, I'm not. I'm not surprised. I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, like it's a different perspective, almost a different perspective of how Pokemon was or is now. Basically, the change of Pokemon from then until now, how it's so different in open world, and like there hasn't been like a full, you know, over the shoulder Pokemon game, basically.
Hmm. So before I get into this gripe here, uh, so on top of the environment and it looking just so bland, and I'm not saying that it has to be, which not that the Switch can, but be 4K and 120 frames per second or whatever, But I mean, look at games like Mario Odyssey, which came out like near the beginning of the Switch life cycle, and Breath of the Wild, even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Just games like that, like Nintendo properties, look fucking better than Pokemon. And I'm not saying Pokemon has to look hyper realistic, but I mean, come on. Like the
Right.
grass effects and the water effects, you know. So let's get to the Pokemon real quick, the new Pokemon. So I'm not gonna lie, I know it's quote unquote a new region, even though it's really just Sinnoh, uh, before it was called Sinnoh. Um, I think it's really weird that the starters are just Pokemons from different regions, and then they have like their own region-based like final evolution, and then all of the quote unquote new Pokemon are just older Pokemon that have new region forms or region evolution forms,
Right.
and there's under 300 Pokemon to catch in this game.
Right. When there's like 800 total, like outside of uh like from Gen 1 to Gen 8 now or whatever it's at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never knew about the player. I'm just saying like it's a cool perspective. The Pokemon are violent. Like that's awesome. Like it's about fucking time. Like that's the type of stuff I'm like I was excited
Uh,
for where you kind of had to use your brain. You can just walk into a blade of grass, you didn't know which Pokemon you were looking for type deal.
right. So I'll tell you the same thing that I told my friend who was trying to convince me to get Arceus. Um, when I said that this is like it looks like a fan made game, uh well, scratch that. This game, it came out a couple of months after Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And I get that a third developer or whatever was working on that game, and Nintendo and Game Freak were just kind of behind the scenes, like making sure that they were doing it right. But because the Game Freak was mainly focused on this one, this game feels like it is a beta test game
Right.
or open
What
world
I'm thinking
Pokemon
is with
with all the new elements and really no new Pokemon added
right.
to it.
Right. What I'm thinking is that because it's called Pokemon Legends Arceus, I feel like it's gonna like change to like let's say it goes forward, let's say it goes to the legendary birds in Gen 2, like that era of the story where like you got to try to save the towers and you watch Entei, Suicune, and Raikou be born, that type of shit, you know. So I'm
I mean,
guessing Pokemon Legends, if considering more than likely it got good numbers on sales, this is not going to be the only Pokemon Legends game. There's going to be like its own generation type thing. Like this is going to be the new Pokemon Stadium, so to speak.
yeah. I mean, I like the open concept of it. I like that you can, the Pokemon can actually hurt you. It's more open world and there's now alpha Pokemon. I just wish that when they added something new into the game, it wasn't just a one-off thing because I mean, in uh Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, they added Pokemon contests. That was never seen again. Uh I don't even know what they added in Black and White. Um
I'll be honest,
it,
I never played Black and White.
I did for a little bit, but it's been so long since then. But I mean, in X and Y, they added Mega
Uh,
Evolutions,
yeah,
which was the best thing they could have ever added, and I wish that was the one thing. Like ever since Pokemon Sun and Moon, they've been adding, uh, aside from Z moves, they haven't added anything new because that was obviously stuck to that. But I mean, that was the first time that they decided to do region-based Pokemon, where it was like, hey, we have Executor, but now we have Executor from this region, and this is what it looks like. You know, they've kept region Pokemon. So why couldn't they keep Mega Evolution Pokemon?
Right. Well, it's the same thing of like, um, I mean, the different executors from, again, I could be completely wrong, is that the I guess the island made them like change their, like they had to adapt, I guess.
Well, I don't care about that, and I'm not complaining that there's older Pokemon getting different forms. I think that's cool. You know, it's no different than, oh, I'm trying to think of like a real life region-based animal.
I mean, like a dog, like you can, a dog
Yeah,
was,
there you go.
you know, like a wolf to a dog, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
or
the,
like, you know,
like the breeds are
you have
different.
Siberian
The
Huskies, and then you have Shibas, and then you have Shih
Yeah,
Tzus, and you know, things like that.
gotcha. I mean that's true. You're not wrong. Speaking of which, Destiny just dropped a trailer regarding the Witch Queen. I don't really care for that game. Oh well. I mean, I don't know. There's just I'm 2022. I would say I have a lot of expectations, but realistically, I don't. Um, there's a lot of games that are coming out that I want us to do videos in. You know, we could get it done. Especially now you got rid of that piece of shit old Xbox. Thank
You're not
God.
wrong.
You know, now you got the Halo Series X, shout out. Then
Yes, sir.
uh you know, now we can I don't have to wait for you while you're still loading into a game.
Yeah.
Um that was like the worst thing ever in Halo 2. I had to wait for you because my SSD would just fucking, I'd be like 30 seconds ahead of you basically. That's it.
Yep.
Um but I think, you know, like I could think, you know, we'll probably save that for another episode, try to figure out what games are coming out and stuff like that. But right now, I think it's about time we wrap this up. You know, in short of this podcast, I think this is a good start. You know, we just wanted to let all our thoughts on what's been going on the past basically month, uh, what's been going on with us, and keep you guys updated. So, um, if you guys like this video, be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button. We'll hope to see you guys in the next one. Anything you want to say?
Um, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
That's the spirit.